With the recent Save Team Fortress 2 movement, yes, those kooks are back at it again. Team Fortress 2 just needs a little bit of extra development and it will take over the world. And no, it won't. It's just like MAGA. But then again, if Donald Trump can't do it, no one else can. But this is a video game and not an entire country. But anyway, it had me thinking, and these games that people just love to keep on life support, you can't keep playing them. You can't keep updating them. There were just so many problems. And I'll use Dota 2 as an example, as a long-term Dota player, how the game has actually gotten better and more amazing. It's got so much cool stuff in there, but it's also got one of the worst, most toxic, most awful player bases you've ever seen. But the game itself has never been more fun. So we've got Dota 2. Now the recent update, they've added a lot of cool stuff. It's very fun. I like all the free skins. Gimme. But even just playing a few games of it, you start to notice the cracks and all of the hidden flaws and all of the issues, all of the elephants in the room that no one wants to talk about. Well, hell, I'll talk about them. Anyway, so Dota 2 is the perfect example of a game that they've kept on live support, they've kept updating it, they keep adding in more and more and newer crap, and it's just not designed to last this long. Now let's talk about the matchmaking. Now the matchmaking system is not actually all that bad, however it's incredibly simplistic and it is not designed for solo queuers, for you and a friend, or maybe 3 people. It's not designed for that. It's designed for 5 people playing together. That's how it was designed, that's how it's always been, and that's how it still works. That's why you see a lot of schizo ramblings out there. Hey, just use this item, this meta, this hero, this build, and it will skyrocket you to the top leagues. And no, that's just wishful thinking. That's just magical thinking. You need a team of people that aren't completely schizophrenic to do well in Dota. Now, this is very evident. Now, I play ranked and I'm in the lower brackets. And there are people here in the lower brackets that have got more skill, that are better at the game than the current esports champs. That's right, there are people in the lower brackets that are better players of Dota than the world champions. Now, you might be thinking, how is that possible? Once again, it's because the ranking system is not designed for solo players. It's designed for full teams, full pre-mates, full stacks. If you solo queue, it just doesn't work. The system wasn't designed for that, and that's the flaw in the system. That's why so many great players are stuck in low brackets, low MMRs. It's not because they're not skilled, it's because of the ranking system, the matchmaking system, and they will never fix it, they'll never update it because it's just far too complicated to have something based on individual skill. Yes, sadly, just buying a magic wand, bruh, is not going to get you to the big time. Whereas unranked, on the other hand, is actually pretty fun, and I do playing unranked. It just isn't as sweaty. And the players in unranked, they're not as high skilled as ranked players, but they understand the whole idea, the whole concept of how to play Dota. And being great at Dota is not about having the most actions per minute and all that sort of autistic crap. So the matchmaking and the ranking system still doesn't work. You've then got the actual performance of the game. Now, I've got a modern PC, current hardware, all that sort of stuff, and the game still bottlenecks itself. And this is just due to the limitations and how it was coded. It was not designed to run on modern systems, multiple cores, 16 gigs of memory, RTX graphics cards, DirectX 11, whatever we're at now. It just wasn't designed to be played at this level, with this level of extras and modern graphics thrown in there. The models were not designed for this high of a poly count, and the textures were not designed to be this high of a resolution, and the engine simply can't handle it, and the game will lag no matter your hardware. And it's funny to see. It is extremely funny to see. You might be thinking, hey, can't they just add an update? Can't they just tweak it? And it's like, no, it's the core of the code, the infrastructure. The very essence of it is outdated, and the whole thing would have to be rewritten from scratch. You can't update it anymore. They've tried. You can't squeeze any more out of it. They've tried. Valve just keeps adding in all of these new higher resolution, higher textures, more resource intensive effects, and the engine simply can't handle it and it just shits its pants. And everyone's like, shh, don't worry about it, just keep playing the game, it's okay. It's your PC, it's got nothing to do with the fact that the game is ancient. Oh, don't worry about that, it's your PC or something, you know, you got a Bitcoin miner installed. It's not the game, it's your PC. And it's like, no, it's just the game, it's not designed to be played for this long, and don't worry about all of the missing content and all the missing voice lines and things just don't add up. Don't worry about that, just here's some brand new skins, here's a new battle pass, here's all this new additional content and other crap. Just don't worry about stuff that matters, just more skins, here you go. And these skins, I mean, look how impressive all the graphics are, look at all the lighting, look how high texture they are, but don't worry about it, they're gonna lag your game, they're gonna make your game run worse, don't worry about that, just they're pretty cool and sexy, aren't they? So fucking stupid. So Valve doesn't really care about the Dota community. They don't care about the players. Valve hates the Dota community. I hate the Dota community. But the Dota community keeps buying boxes and battle passes, all that sort of stuff. So they're spending the money and Valve is only too happy to take your dollars. So they'll of course keep putting out loot boxes, keep doing additional content, and just keep trying to squeeze as much as they can out of the game to keep people playing it. And which is why we can circle back to Team Fortress 2. And even if Valve spent $20 million on Team Fortress 2, completely rebuilt it, completely remade it, and made it absolutely awesome and an absolute cutting edge next gen game, it will totally bomb hard because nobody wants to play that sort of game anymore. Again, Overwatch just killed that genre. And then you look at the style, that 60s style Team Fortress 2, that is also dead in the water. Look at recent games like Redfall, Deathloop, these are all in that retro 60s style and they all died super hard. No one played those things, everyone hated them. They weren't particularly bad games, it's just people just don't want that 60s retro style. Plus the games are also a wee bit too complicated. And we like simple games. Give us Elden Ring, give us Helldivers, yeah. And people keep looking at Valve and Valve do the right thing. Here's the thing about Valve, the dude that owns it, Gabe Newell, the person everybody loves, he's not actually a talented game developer. He can't code, he can't animate, he can't design. But you know what he's great at? He's a great accountant. He's good at counting the beans and that's all he does. And he's looking at the books, he's looking at the numbers and he's like, I can piss away $20 million on a game that nobody will play, or I can take that $20 million, throw it in a big pile, and then just lie on it naked. And what do you think he's doing? Now, if you're just a regular person out there, you're looking at all this stuff, all this support behind Team Fortress 2, and these petitions, and the player counts, a lot of it's all fake. See my previous video on how most Team Fortress 2 plays, like 90% of it, it's all just bots. Valve is also as smart as me, maybe even smarter, and they can see through the bullshit, and they know what the community wants, and the community does not want a Team Fortress 2 remake. Then you might say, hey, why don't we do one of those community funded, let's do it, Patreon, Kickstarter, GoFundMe, that sort of stuff. Well, that will never work because it costs an absolute shit ton of money to actually do. You need a lot of highly skilled people, and if you just give some bunch of random backyard developers $10 million, they're just gonna buy Ferraris, get a big huge mansion, and then try to live the lifestyle of Diddy. And your game will never get made because they'll just piss the money away. And then again, you've got a company like Valve full of skilled people who know how to make magic happen. They don't want to get involved because they know it's a waste of time, the game will never get played, and go absolutely nowhere. So what you need to do is abandon all hope for a Team Fortress 2 remake, load up a game of Dota, play some unranked, and then just laugh at the engine as it tries to render team fights but can't do it because it's outdated AIM crap.